J-Lo and P. Diddy. Did two narcissists combine? Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. The common dynamic that takes place between a narcissist and a victim is that the victim is an empathic individual. Affected by the addiction that the empath has, the addiction to the narcissist, this means that the empathic victim is easier to ensnare and easier to keep ensnared. Hence, why narcissists target empathic victims, and the symbiotic relationship exists, whereby the narcissist feeds off the victim vis-a-vis the prime aims, controlling them, drawing fuel, gaining character traits and residual benefits, and the victim, affected by emotional thinking, remains locked with the narcissist as a consequence of the subconscious feeding of their own addiction by spending time with the narcissist, being around with the narcissist, talking to the narcissist, etc. That, as I've mentioned, is the common dynamic. And sometimes that is one where the narcissist has the victim as an intimate partner primary source, boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, cohab, partner. In other instances, that individual might be an intimate partner secondary source, an affair partner, a bit on the side, somebody who they're dating. It can also apply to family and friends who are non-intimate secondary sources. And there are different dynamics that take place. But within those positions in the fuel matrix, they're invariably occupied by empathic individuals. But they're not solely the preserve of empathic individuals, because normals and narcissistic individuals and other narcissists can also be drawn into the fuel matrix. And as I've explained before, you have, in essence, two potential outcomes when two narcissists come together. They either collide or they combine. The combining is, in essence, narcissistic cementation. And if you'd like to understand more about that, watch the video of that name. So what you can have is that two narcissists come together, and there may be a period of time where there is, in effect, mutual cooperation, and then they move on. In other instances, they come together, and the relationship persists for a long time. Bill and Hillary Clinton are a good example of that. It's not to say that that is a happy union, far from it, but it is one that has endured because the principles of narcissistic cementation are applicable. More usually, there is the collision, whereby all is hunky-dory to begin with, and then it's tits up. So take, for example, the situation between Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. That is a situation of two narcissists who have collided, and it didn't take long before their relationship has foundered. This is because both have a mutual need for control. Both will devalue, and the devaluing of the other threatens the necessity of control. And because the principles of narcissistic cementation are not met, it invariably leads to a tumultuous relationship and invariably results in one party disengaging from the other as part of the pursuit of that control. We have another situation here whereby two narcissists came together, Jennifer Lopez and P. Diddy. Interestingly, as per thesource.com, which is a magazine of hip-hop music, culture and politics, an allegation has been made by Jennifer Lopez's first husband. Now, we know that she has had a number of husbands and a number of divorces, which is demonstrative of the romantic dynamic of a narcissist. Jennifer Lopez's first husband, Ojani Noah, has taken to social media to make new allegations involving the singer's ties to Sean Diddy Combs' infamous freak-off parties, during their relationship in the late 90s and early 2000s. As Combs faces legal scrutiny over racketeering and sex trafficking charges, Noah claimed Lopez attended these controversial events, though he insists he never participated himself. In an Instagram post, Noah distanced himself from Diddy's notorious gathering, stating, "I'm not on the list," while listing names of alleged celebrity attendees, including Lopez. His caption was direct. To those people and media outlets asking if I ever went or participated in that piece of shit Diddy's freak-off parties, no and no, never. But my ex-wife, Jennifer Lopez, aka J-Lo, did. Ask her. Noah further suggested that the public questioned Lopez about explicit recordings and other items federal agents reportedly discovered in their investigation of Diddy. Oh, and ask her about the sex tapes, he added, along with other inflammatory allegations. This isn't the first time Noah has commented on his brief marriage to Lopez, whom he married in 1997 before the couple divorced less than a year later. Once again, we see that dynamic of Jennifer Lopez drawing somebody in and the relationship not lasting for long, typical of the behaviour of the narcissist. Now, it is worth emphasising that it might be, for instance, that Noah is another narcissist, but I haven't analysed him. But the fact is, we know that she is one, see earlier videos, and the fact that she has such a short relationship with him also, and she did with Ben Affleck, and she did with Ben Affleck the second time, is indicative of that narcissistic dynamic. Noah has previously claimed that their marriage was affected by Lopez's relationship with Diddy, which evolved during the production of her debut album On the Six. Speaking with Daily Mail, he noted that Lopez's career took off during this time, and their relationship became strained by her rising fame and new management team. He described the period as one where Lopez transitioned from Jen to being J-Lo, the big business bringing in millions. Neither Lopez nor her representatives have commented on Noah's recent statements, which, of course, is providing silence, which is a method of the nullification of a threat to control. Accordingly, the ex-husband maintains that Jennifer Lopez attended the freak-off parties. Now, it might be that this is inaccurate information, but let's assume that it's not, and irrespective of what his motive might be, he is telling the truth. That she did attend these parties, and that she was influenced by P. Diddy. How is it that these two narcissists would come together in this way? Would it not be the case that they would necessarily fall out? Now, there's no suggestion that Jennifer Lopez engaged in any abuse of anybody. Noah isn't saying that. It's unclear as to whether she attended the freak-off parties when abuse was taking place. It's unclear as to whether she had any knowledge of that. All that's stated is she was at these parties. Of course, the insinuation is clear that she has some form of unsavoury involvement with P. Diddy. Naturally, P. Diddy would assert control over her in the way that he did with many people, i.e., promised gain. I'll make you a star. She, as a narcissist, would agree to that assertion of control because it would benefit her. I have explained in the past about how a narcissist will assert control through agreement. Thus, she gains fuel from P. Diddy, providing her with praise, compliments. She responds favourably to him, so he gets fuel. Her willingness to work with him shows she's under control. His willingness to mentor her demonstrates that he's under control. And therefore, these two individuals, two narcissists, combine. It's worth going back in time to analyse more about their relationship and how it came to arise. More than 2 decades ago, when J-Lo was an up-and-coming artist, she met producer P. Diddy. Diddy had just broken up with his long-term on-off girlfriend. Notice the tempestuous dynamic there. His girlfriend being Kim Porter, when he sparked up a relationship with J-Lo. They met in 1999 after Diddy was pegged to work with Jennifer on the music video for her song If You Had My Love. From here on, their relationship blossomed, and they were considered a Hollywood it couple at the turn of the millennium. In 1999, the couple were involved in a shooting at a New York nightclub, which ended up in them both being arrested. And whilst J-Lo's charges were dropped, Diddy went to trial for bribery and gun possession, but was later acquitted. They famously attended the 2000 Grammys together, in which J-Lo wore her iconic low-cut green tropical Versace dress. But just 1 year later, the couple would split. After the shooting, their relationship became rocky, and on Valentine's Day 2001, they decided to call it quits for good. A statement made to ABC by Diddy's publicist said, Mr. Combs confirmed that he and his love, Jennifer Lopez, have in fact broken up. He wanted to put all the rumours surrounding their relationship to rest. At this difficult time, we ask that you respect his privacy. And whilst a cause was never given for the split, Diddy's alleged infidelity was pegged to be the reason, as well as lingering feelings for his on-off girlfriend Kim Porter, whereas you all know that it's actually related to the fact that as a narcissist, he will undoubtedly have engaged in devaluing behaviour with Jennifer Lopez. That will have affected her need for control. She will have fought back against him. He naturally will have engaged in infidelity because he lacks emotional empathy, that he operates with a sense of entitlement, that when Jennifer Lopez entered the sustained devaluation, his narcissism deemed that it was appropriate for him to go off elsewhere. And thus, the two of them came together through work, which proved mutually beneficial, and then led to a romantic relationship. Of course, there are many people that have romantic relationships as a consequence of meeting somebody through work. It's understandable. It's where people spend a lot of time and where they're going to be exposed to other individuals. However, here, two narcissists came together and had a mutually beneficial professional relationship and then needed to assert control over one another, which enabled them then to do so in terms of a romantic relationship. They, in effect, will have love-bombed one another. They came together, but it was tempestuous, and one will have started to devalue the other, ahead of the other devaluing in return. It would appear that that was most likely what was done by P. Diddy through his infidelity and possibly other acts, and this then led to the relationship foundering, quite typical of the tempestuous coming together of two narcissists. So it's hardly a surprise in relation to the fact that the relationship didn't last. That isn't a surprise at all when it comes to two narcissists. But what it does do, given the allegations from the former husband, is raise some interesting questions in relation to what did she know in respect of these freak-off parties. She has been accused of attending them. Given the fact that she was in a romantic relationship with P. Diddy at the time, it does seem to be valid that she would have attended these parties. Was he committing acts of infidelity at these parties when he was in a relationship with her? Did she see things at these parties which caused her to then decide that the relationship was over, combined with his infidelity, because they were threats to control? It is rumoured that part of the reason why Ben Affleck had separated from her was as a consequence of allegations relating to her involvement with P. Diddy and all of the scandal associated with him, and that Affleck, deeming that subconsciously to be a threat to his control, wanted out. Accordingly, Jennifer Lopez, another celebrity involved with P. Diddy, possibly with something to hide, and it remains to be seen what will come out. But it is a useful opportunity to demonstrate, once again, how it can be that two narcissists will come together, albeit for a limited period of time. And the question now becomes, what did she know? What did she witness? Was she complicit? Time will tell. I'm H.D. Tudor. Thank you for listening.